Bonjour tout le monde, et bienvenue sur notre chaîne, Pronostic et décryptage avec Abdo Quinté.
Hello racegoers who follow French races. Today we are going to access the decryption of the Quint of Sunday, July 20th, 2025 at Chantilly meeting 1 race 3 departure at 3:15 p.m. French time. The number 1 horse, Chiao, has 2 clear failures under his belt, having been beaten really early on. Yet, he's not showing me that he's any worse off in training. He's dropping down a class, but is carrying a lot of weight. Il need réassurance. This experienced horse has proven himself well on the Chantilly Straight. He left the big handicaps with a victory at the end of last year, on the Deauville Straight. He's had mixed fortune since then and is returning to the class with a still high value. At the end of the road. Horse number 2, Major Oak, an impressive winner of the Grand Handicap to Sprinters at Deauville last summer, has since had mixed fortunes in this category. Having dropped 3 pounds since the start of the year, he has just produced a remarkable finish over this course, after a disappointing run. On the rise and well placed in the starting stalls, he is a potential winner. Even though he has little experience on straight courses, he won a Quint Plus on the Deauville Straight last summer, over the distance of the day. He struggled to cope with the penalty and has just resurfaced here, finally with a reduced weight. Confirmation expected. Horse number 3, Wild West, has 2 disappointing outings where he didn't have his ground. Rain is forecast. He should run better if the ground softens, but I still think he's a bit crazy at this value. Very confirmed on today's track, he's shown there at the start of the season, with a victory and a runner-up. His last 2 outings, always here, are frankly disappointing. He certainly benefits from a pound discount, but given his recent behavior, we're going into the unknown. Horse number 4, Agot, had a good comeback at Compiègne. His jockey found him a little tired at the finish and thought it was due to the lack of competition. It turned out the next time that it was certainly the distance that was limiting for him. His entourage therefore decided to shorten him. He is a very consistent horse, who had nevertheless finished 4th in listed races. He has already succeeded in the straight and finished in both Quint Plus races he has contested. His value has declined since then. We are going into it with ambitions. After starting his career with Jean-Claude Rouget, he joined Christopher Head Stables in the spring of 2024. He is returning to a straight track, after a 4th place in a Quint Plus in Deauville last summer, at a weight that allows him to have all the hopes if he delivers his best value. Olornosing. Horse number 5, Forza Capitano, is coming off a good run at this level, on today's course. He's still in good form, there are no issues with him. At 10, he just needs to repeat his good performance, which isn't always the case. After a difficult start to the season, this track enthusiast has just done it again here, placing 3rd in the benchmark event, while also regaining a competitive weight. He remains partnered by Tony Picconi and should logically confirm his position. His place is at the finish. Horse number 6, Tudo Bame, drew a good number, which is positive, because he had to start outside the last few times. We must take him back, because over this kind of distance, every detail counts. We might be in the right car this time, especially with a reduced weight. This excellent sprinter has won half of his victories, 5 out of 10, on the Chantilly Straight. Sidelined for 7 months from competition, he was unable to show off during his first 3 outings of the season. This means he has regularly dropped in weight. He is not incapable of resurfacing. Horse number 7, Scarface, is coming off a very decent start in a similar field. However, things didn't go perfectly that day. He likes to be ridden near the front and ended up too far back. He must have made his effort a little too early, but he still showed courage. He's well placed in the stalls and will, I hope, benefit from a better run. The ground probably won't be soft enough for his liking, but he's capable of finishing in the top 5. This experienced horse has mastered the Chantilly Straight. This year, he finished 3rd in a Quint Plus, on today's track, in early May. He hasn't confirmed his form, but he hasn't been unsatisfactory. Even though he doesn't have much room to maneuver in the weights, a runner-up finish isn't out of reach. Horse number 8, Faux Furix, isn't too bad, even if he doesn't have much room in weight. I think he can slip into the back of the combination, given a good run. One of the 5 cadets at the start, he won on today's course last summer. He's had mixed fortunes since then and most importantly, has totaled 10 failures in as many attempts in the Quint Plus. This has led to him dropping in weight. but his recent outings don't give much cause for optimism. Let's wait. Horse number 9, Simply Lovely, follows the logical progression of a horse who has won 2 second races and will have to prove he can perform just as well at the next level. We've worked hard to keep him in good condition and to ward off fatigue. He's won by a relatively small margin each time, but in good style. He's courageous and will give his best again. The 9 in the starting stalls doesn't bother me. It's difficult for me to make a prediction, but he keeps climbing the ladder after starting from a fairly low position. We'll see. He's just won 2 handicaps on today's course and will return to the Quint Plus for failures, at a value he's never reached before. Despite everything, we don't know his current limits, and he remains partnered with Michael Barcelona, capable of another brilliant performance.
Horse number 10, Zeolaki, gave US complète satisfaction at Dieppe.
He showed he has enough speed to succeed in sprints. He's a soft ground horse, and we hope the reins will arrive. If so, he should run very well. This 4-year-old hasn't raced much yet and has limited experience on straight courses. He competed in 3 Quint Plus races last year, finishing just 5th. After being sidelined for several months, he has just resurfaced at Dieppe, 3rd. It's not impossible. Horse number 11 Torpen was once again unlucky in the draw with the 16 in the stalls. He's in good physical condition and has already excelled at this value, but everything will depend on the course with this number. A little rain would benefit him, as he appreciates it when things are contested at a slightly slower pace. On straight courses, this experienced horse notably won a Quint Plus at Deauville in the summer of 2023. Sidelined for 7 months, he has 2 races under his belt and will return to the category with a reduced weight.
Will it be a 9?
Not easy. Horse number 12, Imptoyable, was beaten by the way the race was conducted at Dieppe. He never felt comfortable and had to accelerate on the wrong side of the track. He's in good form and ran a good number in the stalls. He doesn't care about the ground conditions. He's improving, and we hope the best is yet to come. There are plenty of good horses at the start now. He'll do his best. This speed specialist has already won on the track. In the Quint Plus, he has a 31% success rate in the top 5, 4 out of 13. He has 2 wins this year, at a lower level, but failed in the benchmark race on June 24th. Maxime Guyon knows him well. Why not? Horse number 13, Brothers of Lilies, is a somewhat fiery horse who remains very inconsistent. He needs to be well positioned to breathe properly and to be brought back for as long as possible. When everything goes well, he is capable of finishing his races very strongly. It will probably be all or nothing again. This 4-year-old has only 1 win to his name, but has already placed 2nd on today's course. In the Quint Plus, he has 3 places in 10 appearances. Supported in the benchmark race on June 24th, he was unable to shine, but should not be dismissed hastily. Horse number 14. His last race wasn't that bad, and he's remained in good condition. Heavy or very soft ground would be a big advantage for him, unlike his number 14 in the starting stalls. He's a speculative outsider. This experienced horse has a win over the Chantilly Straight, 1100 m. He no longer needs to prove himself in the Quint Plus, a category in which he has 3 wins. He has only been able to shine at a lower level this season. He can only be considered as a second choice. Horse number 15 Bacalide is in good shape. I have no complaints about his form. But his task is very tough in the first race. I hope to see him run well. But against this opposition, finishing will be difficult. He has performed on today's course in his last 4 attempts, with a win and a place in the first round. He will return to the Quint Plus, a category in which he has a 25% success rate in the first 5, 2 out of 8. Based on his form, he is a valid outsider. Horse number 16 Goldfield has 2 excellent starts on the course we're interested in. His form is solid, but he won't benefit from the relief this time and would be disadvantaged by a softer track. His stall number is decent, and he'll try to take advantage of his low weight to make the finish. He was almost even with Simply Lovely 9, recently on today's course, and will meet his rival with a 3-pound advantage. This will be his first Quint Plus race for him. He'll be back with Eddie Hardouin, who led him to victory last year.
A possible surprise.